Hi, my name is Mike Persing. I'm one of the specialists here at Rumsey. We're here in the Rumsey Mod Center, and today I'm talking about efficiency. Efficiency specifically related to gearing and motors in your plant, or plant machines, however you want to look at it. I have a vertical setup merely for space savings. Traditionally you would see maybe a pump or fan or a conveyor system, but I can't have 100 feet of conveyor inside the Mod Center here. Each setup is equally loaded with 100 pounds of weight, same diameter sprockets, chain, and everything. On the setup closest to me, it is a traditional induction motor with a worm gearbox, and then comparatively speaking would be an IPM motor, and an IPM standing for interior permanent magnet, and a 60 to same ratio, 60 to 1 helical bevel gearbox. What we're going to see is as we lift the same load, there's going to be an efficiency difference, meaning it's going to take more energy from one versus the other. And quite honestly, it's the induction motor and the worm box is less efficient than the IPM and the helical bevel box. Over here I have a setup that I can start, and I'm basically doing a trend line of power input to the devices. Once they get going, you'll see two separate lines. We're running at half speed of the motors. That could be in a conveying system. It could be in a turned down fan or pump. And if I go, we'll change the speed later. And a graph of the power input versus each other. Green line being good, the IPM and the induction, and the helical bevel gearbox, and then the red line being the worm box and the traditional induction motor. And you can see there's about, at this load and speed, is about a 45% savings. Now that 45% savings translates into cost savings over the long term. Granted, the setup, the IPM motor setup and the helical bevel setup is a little more expensive up front, but long term, the payback at this particular setup would be about 10 months. Along with that comes in this increased efficiency. I mean, inefficiency is wasted energy, and that wasted energy has to go somewhere. Where does it go? It goes into heat. It goes into heat in your motors. It goes into heat in your gearboxes. Heat in the motors and gearboxes, that means the bearing and fluids, and lubricants are running warmer, running hotter, increased maintenance, and so on and so forth. I can illustrate that with my thermal imager, and if I wait for the weight to come up, the worm box is running about 93 degrees Fahrenheit, and the helical bevel box is running about 86. Now that's a small temperature difference, but over time that can make a big difference in their maintenance budget. So to summarize, increased efficiency, cost savings over the long term. Granted, the IPM motor and the helical bevel gear motor costs more up front, but long term, after the payback period, you're saving energy and you're saving potentially maintenance costs. I'm not having gone into the technical details, but if you want to know more information or interested in looking at your plan and what you may have, contact Rumsey and we're here to help.